A pair of neighbors in Indiana County are diagnosed with a rare form of brain cancer. Now the state's health department is investigating if there's a possible cancer cluster. And police get new patrol areas now that school's back in session. How they're working around the clock to keep your kids safe. Good morning, Michiana. Thanks for joining us for ABC 57 News on the CW25. I'm Drew Gardner. Emily Evans is off this morning. We'll have all those top stories coming up shortly. First, though, we do want to start this Friday morning off to check the forecast. Meteorologist Greg Bobus has been, well, it seems like not doing very much, Greg.
I do more than you think, Drew, but the last couple of days the workflow's been a little more on the easier side, we'll just have to say, because the temperatures have really been identical just about every day. We're waking up this morning just a few degrees cooler than yesterday. We're at 58 right now in South Bend. This is our coolest spot so far in the past 24 hours. We're at 56 right now in Goshen, 59 degrees in Benton Harbor, and 59 in Rochester as well. The cloud cover we had overnight has decreased. We're now back to being mostly sunny. We'll stay like that most of today. We'll see a few clouds increase later this afternoon. We'll hit 80 degrees today. A weekend on the water forecast looks fantastic. Temperatures in the low 80s all 3 days. There are chances for rain, though. Very minimal, but they're there, and we'll look at those coming up in the full forecast. Drew?
All right, Greg, now let's switch our gears to traffic and head over to 95.3 MNC's Mark McGill. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning. A situation this morning on 331 south of Bremen. It's an MNC traffic alert. 331 is blocked in both directions due to a crash with injuries. Again, we're talking 331 south of Bremen, blocked in both directions. The detour this morning is to Beach Road. It's about a 1.5 mile detour, so it'll definitely slow you down and add time to your morning. So please avoid the area. 331 south of Bremen, blocked in both directions due to a crash this morning. Besides that, we're okay on the roads. The bypass and toll road both looking good. Have a great drive in for your Friday morning from the MNC Traffic Center. I'm Mark McGill, ABC 57 News.
One person was taken to a hospital to be treated for smoke inhalation following an overnight fire in South Bend. The call came in just before midnight about a fire at an apartment in the 500 block of West Colfax Avenue. When crews got there, they found out the fire was contained to one of the hallways. Crews were able to get it under control quickly, but it still caused a lot of smoke damage.
Kind of a small fire, so they really extinguished it with a water can, not even using an attack line. But there's quite a bit of smoke damage in the hallway.
The cause of the fire has not yet been released. Some schools in the Elkhart and Goshen area started a week earlier than last year. With class already in session, police are making sure drivers pay attention to speed limits in school zones. Our Alyssa Marino is working for you. She's live at Northridge Middle School in Elkhart, where buses are already starting to file in. Good morning, Alyssa. What are police doing to control speeding?
Good morning, Drew. Well, like you said, kids are already hitting the books this year, and that may take some getting used to for drivers in this area. Earlier this morning, I spoke with Sergeant Chris Snyder with the Elkhart Police Department, and he told me officers being stationed at schools, it's nothing new. He says every day shift police officer is assigned a school in the area, and they patrol that school until the academic year ends. Snyder says so far there hasn't been any word of tickets being issued out here, but it's really just about having officers out here to make sure the overall safety of our kids and drivers is being taken care of.
We know that those are highly populated with kids in the morning walking to school, or even in the afternoon hours walking home from school. So each of our officers has a school that they're assigned to, and they go there, they patrol that area.
And coming up in just about a half hour, hear an important message from Sergeant Snyder as you head out on your commute this morning. Reporting live in Elkhart, Alyssa Marino, ABC 57 News.
Another sign summer is on its way out. Kennedy Water Playground is closing today. The Westmore Street Park is made for younger kids from 18 months to 10 years old. Park hours are 11 a.m. until 5. And now to a crime alert. Police from 2 Michiana cities need your help this morning. Recognize these guys? Well, police say they used a sawed-off shotgun to rob multiple places last week across St. Joseph County. If you know who they are, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers. Indiana state officials are now formally investigating one Indiana county to find out if several recent cases of brain cancer are in fact a cancer cluster. Glioblastoma is a rare type of brain cancer. Typically, there are less than 15,000 cases diagnosed in the entire country. There are 3 cases in Henry County alone, and 2 of those patients are next-door neighbors. Now the state's Department of Health is taking over.
I want them to find out what's causing this, if they can, and that maybe would help come up with an answer of what would cure it.
A spokeswoman for the health department said they don't necessarily think there's a cancer cluster there, but they will do a thorough analysis of cancer cases in that area. A Little League coach in Michigan is accused of stealing thousands from the team's funds to pay for his own luxury trips and bills. State Attorney General says Joseph Wolf Jr. is facing 5 felony counts for stealing more than $20,000 in charity funds that were supposed to be used for his team. He'll be back in court in a few weeks. If he's found guilty on all counts, he could spend 50 years behind bars. Well, the Notre Dame football team is at Culver Academies in Culver, Indiana today for training camp. Yesterday, we caught up with head football coach Brian Kelly, who has high hopes for his guys this season. He said a lot of his younger players wound up getting a lot of playing time on the field last season, and now they're even more prepared going into this coming one. 7:36 your time now. Jon Stewart insists he's a comedian and not a journalist. In 16 seasons, the wisecracking host passed along a lot of wisdom. Last night, he signed off for the last time. And
the Secret Service stepped in and made that decision for everyone. They had reached out to them and said there will be no wedding.
While the Secret Service shut down one couple's wedding just weeks before their big day.